Ren, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Huh? What, Mom? Why are you asking something like that out of nowhere?
I want to know what you're doing. I just saw you walking out in front of the subway station a second ago. That was you, right? What do you think you're doing walking around like that in public?
I guess that was me because I was just walking near there. So you happened to see me then? And question why I'd be walking around?
I sure as hell did see you. Tell me what the hell is going on. Right now! To what extent are you going to keep acting all reserved and careless about things when you look like that?
Huh?
It's been 5 years since the last time I saw you in person, and there has not been a single thing about you that's changed. Your sister happens to be a model, and is making it big in that business. So why are you so simple and not doing anything fun with your life? Were you really born from the same parents as her?
I don't think that's something the person that literally gave birth to me should be asking.
Not only is your face not as cute as hers, but I tried so hard for so long to make you the cute little girl I always wanted you to be. And this is how I'm repaid? You never once listened to the things I said you should be doing.
Well, the reason I never turned out like Jessica is probably due to the fact that I don't care for makeup or dressing in fancy clothing.
And I'm telling you right now that that's not a good thing. Please, just become a little bit more like your big sister. I mean, she's been on live television multiple times now, unlike you. If people begin to find out that she has such an uncool little sister like you, they might stop caring about her.
I don't feel like her and I have anything to do with one another, though.
Ugh, I've had enough of this. I don't even want to think of you as my little girl anymore. I knew long ago that after you graduated from school, I should have just cut ties with you completely.
Well, you did end up kicking me out of the house then, so that's pretty much the same thing, right?
Well, starting today, I'm going to never speak to you again. I never want an ugly woman like you in my sights ever again, and I mean that.
Sure thing. You didn't even have to tell me that, because that was my plan from the start.
You really have not a single thing about you that makes you decent, you brat! And I'd better never see you walking around town in such a laid-back fashion again, either. It embarrasses me knowing that my disgrace of a daughter is out somewhere where everyone can see her.
What's gotten into you this time? You really have the worst personality out of anyone.
Thank you for going out for coffee with me today. I have to meet with someone relating to my job there later today, and I didn't want to just sit around on my own for a few hours waiting. So you being around to talk with me for a bit and have a cup was very kind of you.
No worries, Jessica. And thank you for paying for coffee for me.
Also, as for what Mom had told you today, you really don't have to worry about a word she said to you, all right? She just happens to be a toxic witch is all.
I totally understand that. And luckily for myself, I haven't been worried by anything she said.
Are you sure? If you really aren't upset by her, then that's good. But are you sure you're not taking everything she said personally and are hiding it from me? I don't want you to be dealing with all this on your own, okay?
I told you I'm fine. You're getting too worried over nothing. If anything, I think it's you between the two of us that's getting all worked up by what she said to me.
What?
Jessica, you've lived your whole life being cared for so dearly by Mom all the time, right? So when you see me being treated like I'm not even her daughter, that probably makes you uncomfortable.
It does, actually. I have always felt a bit unnerved by everything she does to you. But for the longest time, I haven't ever been able to do anything to help you when things like that start again.
You don't have to worry about it, though. You and I have been friends forever, so we didn't know how to deal with situations like this, so don't feel like I'm angered at you or anything over it. Also, when Dad was still around, he was there to make sure I had someone who cared for me.
That's true. Dad was such a great man. But I still can't forgive myself for never stepping in.
Do you not realize that I'm thankful for you? When I was kicked out of the house after high school, you allowed me to come to your house for a while. If it wasn't for you doing such a thing, I'd have been left to the streets.
Don't feel thankful for that. At the time, I hated living by myself anyway, so it was for my own selfish wants. And back then, Mom was paying for half my rent and for a lot of my things in the place, so I was blessed with the house I was allowed to live in. And also, once you moved in, you started to do all the chores and cooking for me. So I really can't have you thanking me for any of that.
Well, come on now. You were never going to clean your house or cook for yourself because you were too busy being a model. I'd thought that at the time, that if I didn't start to cook for you, then you might start to gorge yourself on fast food and ruin the body that's gotten you your career.
See? I should be thanking you for taking care of me back then. Honestly, I'm a terrible older sister to you.
Well, I'm totally fine with you being a terrible older sister, so you don't have to get all down about it. Now, how many more times are you going to have me calm you down like this? I hate seeing you sad about everything, so I do it on my own once. But you really need to get a hold of yourself out there.
You are right, though. I need to stop relying on you to make me feel better like this.
Understand that I'm not angry at you about anything right now, and that I'm thankful for having you as my older sister. Seriously. All right, that's the end of this conversation then.
All right. I'm sorry. Sorry about getting this way every time. I'll do my best to not get so worked up from now on. Thank you again, Ren.
Please take better care of yourself for me.
I'll try. See you again next week? I'm really looking forward to coming out with you to choose your wedding dress.
Now, I've already told you before that I'm going to choose my dress, all right?
No, you're not. I think I've told you before as well that you do not have a single sense in fashion. So if I let you choose a dress for yourself, it'll be a disaster. This is going to be for one of your biggest days in your life. So please let me be the one to choose your dress for you.
Dang it. I hate having to let my older sister pick out my dress for me. But then again, you are the model, so you have a far better idea of what's right for my body than even I do. Just make sure whatever you choose for me isn't too gaudy. See you next week.
See you soon. Hey, Ren. Have you had a look at the picture I just sent you?
What? I just saw it. What is this? Are you planning to go to a funeral soon?
I know what's going on with you. You're going to be having a wedding here soon? I can't believe that my own daughter would try to keep her very own wedding a secret from her mother. And I'm sure you have no plans of inviting me to your wedding either. Well, don't worry, because I've been able to find out all the details regarding you and your upcoming wedding.
I guess I'm getting married soon. What does me getting married and having a wedding have to do with you and the funeral clothing you have there?
Well, I suppose it wouldn't be any fun leaving you here without telling you everything you should know about this. Oh, now, today is the day of your wedding, correct?
What?
Today, I'm planning on going to your wedding, and I'm going to be wearing these clothes to your wedding as if it were a funeral. Ha! And the reason why? Because a simple little brat like you would look a lot better having your mother dressed up for a funeral on your wedding day.
Wait. Hold on a second, Mom. My wedding isn't today, all right?
Yeah. I've already looked into all of it, so don't even bother trying to fool me now. Well, now that you know what you have to look forward to today, I hope you prepare yourself.
Hold it right there.
There are a lot more guests here than I was anticipating. It's quite amazing that someone like you would be able to fool this many people into coming to your wedding of all things.
You're lying, right? You really went there? Mom, I think it's best if you just turn around and went home right now. I'm not joking around.
I have no reason to be going home now after coming all the way out here. I can tell that the wedding will be getting started very soon here. I hope you're looking forward to seeing me when you get out on stage.
Mom, why are you still trying to harass me like this? I thought you already told me you cut ties with me, so I don't get why you're still trying so hard to be around me. Can't you just leave me be and go enjoy your own life?
The only reason I'm here to mess with you right now is because you never invited me. What the hell did you think you were doing when not inviting your own mother? Do you not feel any form of thanks for all the years I spent raising you?
You already told me that you wanted to cut ties with me, though. Why are you still going on about all of this when you don't even want me as your daughter? It's starting to become a headache for me trying to figure out how you really feel right now. Are you mentally okay?
Shut your little mouth. No matter how much I don't want you to be my daughter, you will still respect me as your mother and be punished for acting out of line. Now please, get yourself ready to really enjoy the wedding you're putting on for everyone. Of course I'll be waiting for you, and the clothing I found matched my feelings for you the best.
Why are you trying to do this to me? Seriously.
I find it very thoughtful of me, coming in this all-black dress for my plain daughter's wedding today. I'm sure you'll want the wedding cancelled once you see how everyone else reacts to seeing the bride's mom in funeral clothing.
I already had my wedding yesterday, though.
What?
My wedding was yesterday. Today you're at the wedding of some complete stranger.
You're lying to me, right? There's no way I got all the information wrong. I know for a fact that the person who told me the details of your wedding would never mess any of the details up.
Tell me, Mom, who was the one that told you about my wedding?
Who? I just heard about it through some rumors, is all.
Through rumors. So what the hell were you just talking about? You made it sound like you had some kind of important informant, you idiot. Well, anyway, my wedding is not today, Mom. I can give you all the evidence you need of that right now if you want.
No way. You weren't kidding. I have no idea who either of these people are that just walked out. If you knew that today wasn't your wedding, then tell me that sooner. I knew something was off here. All of these really good-looking guys here. Why would any of them ever go to a wedding for you, of all people?
Ugh, you really are such an imbecile. Well, have fun at the stranger's wedding. Bye-bye.
Wait a second. Hey, wait a second. Ren, you reply to me right now.
Come on. How many gosh dang times are you going to try calling me today? It's pretty freaking annoying. I'm tired from my wedding yesterday and would really like to relax. Can you just save all of your BS for another day?
Hey, please, come help me. For some reason, I felt a little bit of fear by being at this stranger's wedding, and now I know why. I'm trying to leave, but they're not letting me go home now. They are saying that I'm from another gang, and am trying to make a point at the wedding.
Oh God, that's pretty scary, Mom. Well, I'm sure that they think that you were trying to harass the bride or groom in some way by showing up in all black for a funeral.
I want you to talk to them right now and tell them this was all a big mistake. If you don't, I'm not sure what's going to happen to me.
What's the situation like right now?
I ran and locked myself in the bathroom. But they keep banging on the door, asking me to let them in. They keep telling me they're going to all teach me a lesson, but I'm just an old and confused woman who got the dates wrong is all. I tried explaining that to some of the guests, but not a single one of them wanted to listen to me.
Well, that might have to do with them all thinking you came to the wedding dressed in black to try to harass someone. Ugh, all right. I'll go ahead and give the reception hall a call and see if I can explain what's happened to them.
Really? Thank you.
I went ahead and had a talk with someone on the phone, and I think I cleared everything up for them. Of course, you're not going to be let off the hook easily, though. You went and ruined a very important wedding to someone after all.
That's what they're telling me now. They're telling me to pay half of the wedding costs right now.
Pretty kind of them to only be asking you for half, right? I was thinking having you pay for everything would have been correct punishment.
But I can't even pay for half the wedding, Ren. Would you please give me some money?
That's gonna be a no from me, Mom. Why should me, the one you were trying to harass today, give you any kind of money to help you out of your own mess? You should be happy I was kind enough to even call the wedding place and explain why you were ruining the wedding in the first place. But that's it from me now. You figure out how to pay them on your own.
What kind of heartless woman are you? This is why I call you such a plain and ugly woman all the time.
The only reason you've called me is that because you're a stupid witch. Well, that's it from me. You're really not getting any of my help now.
Wait a second. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm really sorry, okay? Your own mother is apologizing to you now, right? Jessica? Hey, wake up!
What? Why are you calling me over and over like that? I'm really tired right now and I'm trying to sleep in. Can you just call me later today or something?
Do not start acting like your heartless sister to me now, too. Hey, can you please let me borrow some of your money?
What was that?
A few things have happened to me, and I'm in real need of some money. You're a model, after all, so you must have a lot of money on you, right? If you have $20,000 just sitting around, that'll be enough for me. So please, just give me that and I won't bother you anymore.
Oh, I just got a message from Ren explaining the whole situation to me. I see what's going on here now.
What? A message from Ren? Just now?
I can see now that you're going to try asking me for help.
Well, now you at least know what's happened to me, right? I'm sure you already know how much your little sister hates me and all that, but I know you'll be kind enough to help me, right? Right?
You really think I'd want to help you?
I sure do. After all, I've done everything and anything for you all your life to make sure you were happy. Unlike that little worthless brat, Ren, you are the cutest daughter imaginable. You also happen to have a wonderful job. I was the one that helped you get that job as a model as well, right? You are my pride.
I knew it, Mom. You're the worst.
Hey, I know that this time I may have taken things a little too far, all right? Ah, right. Can you please come to the reception hall right now?
Huh? Why should I go there?
Well, you're a famous celebrity, aren't you? If you come here right now, you'll make a lot of these people very happy, and I won't have to pay them anything in order to leave.
What? Are you really saying that?
If you could just give a few of them your signature and take a few photos with them, I'm sure they'll let me go. So please.
So you're going to use your own daughter to get you out of a sticky situation with some strangers that you chose to piss off? I'm a little lost for words here. You're rotten.
Why are you calling your own mother rotten? Do you not realize that it's because of me that you're even able to be a famous model right now? I was the one that sent your resume and everything to that agency and got you hired by them.
Even though I told you time and time again that I didn't want you doing that.
Because of that, you're very famous. So who cares?
And yeah, I guess I am a very famous model now, but I wouldn't say that it's all because of you. I was the one that had to work hard to become the woman I am. And you never did anything to teach me how to actually be a model. So don't act like I owe you anything for handing in my resume, because I don't. To be honest, I didn't even want to be a model in the first place. I was only 16 at the time, and what you did forced me to quit high school. I then had to go live on my own in New York, practicing for something I never wanted. I was forced into a life of no choices because of you, Mom. A life I never even wanted.
Is that so? Well, I never knew that you didn't want to become a model and move out to that agency.
I told you so many times that I didn't want to go, but you never once listened to me. You used the fact that I wouldn't stand up for myself to make me live the dream you probably wanted for yourself but could never have. I wanted to just run away from you both and live my own life, but I knew there was one person who was really cheering me on. And she was Ren.
I get it, all right? And we can go ahead and talk about all of that at a later time, okay? I think I may have made some mistakes back then. But right now, it's a bit of an emergency for me.
What do you mean it's an emergency for you? To both Ren and I, we view this as you getting what's been coming for you. I don't have any reason to help you out of that situation. Goodbye forever now.
You freaking backstabber! I went through all that trouble, favoring you over your little sister. And for what?
And I have a few things to say about all of that as well, but I'm sure someone like you would never understand what I mean. I guess I'll try my best to explain things in the most simple way I can. I happen to really love Ren, and seeing you ignore her and toss her aside all my childhood so that you could only focus on me really hurt. To me, she is the only family I have left ever since Dad passed away, and I'm not going to side with you over her. I have no need for you in my life. Goodbye forever now.
Wait a sec. Hey! Ren, I have something to ask you, so please respond to me. I
I can see that you're reading all these texts, so you haven't blocked me yet, right? I have something very serious that I'd like to talk to you about. I've already been blocked by your sister, so I'm not able to get in touch with her anymore.
Go ahead. I was just thinking that today would be the perfect day to finally block you, so this will be the last chance to talk to me.
I was kicked out of the apartment building that I was living in. I wasn't able to pay for the rent there anymore. Look, after what happened at that stranger's wedding, I was forced to pay a lot of money that I haven't been able to make back.
And?
I know now that I have done a few bad things in the past as well, okay? I know that very well now. I will apologize to you in person the next time I see you. So please just help me out.
You've done a few bad things in the past as well? Oh, so that must mean you feel as though I've done some bad things in the past too then.
No, that's not at all what I meant by that.
I know for a fact that you do feel as though I'm still in the wrong for everything. So you were kicked out of that apartment? Sucks to suck, doesn't it? Good luck with whatever you end up with next, okay?
What? Hey, hold on. Do you plan to just throw me away then?
Well, look, Mom. It's not like you're working a job or anything. And for the past few years, you've been relying on Jessica to help pay for your bills, right?
Well, that didn't have to do with me not having any of the money myself. All that time I had enough money left over from your father after he passed away.
What did you end up using all his money on then? Have you been gambling it all away?
No, I had to hire myself someone to help me start searching for where both you and your older sister are living. I have really been wanting for both you guys and I to become a family again.
I see. And even with a hired pro helping you out, you still couldn't find us. So over time, you kept dumping more and more money into the pro for nothing.
That's right. So, please, can you at the very least tell Jessica that I'm wanting to talk to her?
Huh? Why do you need to talk with her now?
Well, it turns out that the pro I hired happens to be a really big fan of Jessica and all. So I promised him that if he can help me find her, I'll let him get to know her better. He said if that's the case, then he'd void the rest of the money I owe him.
Unbelievable. So both you and that pro are just creepy and stupid? Also, why the hell do you need a pro to help you search for us? Just do it yourself.
Well, that pro I hired is actually stupid, and that's why I still haven't been able to find either of you.
You both are brain-dead idiots. Can't with you anymore. That's it. If you think you can just keep trying to rely on your daughters for money, then it's better you just forget about being our mom.
Wait, this isn't about only money. But you have to understand that I don't have anything anymore. I need some money at the very least from one of you.
Sorry, I'm not in the mood to help you out. And I sure never will be. Would you please stop trying to find either one of us? If you keep all of that up, someone might find out you're our actual mother, and that might make Jessica look bad. After that, my mom was somehow able to get herself into a really rundown apartment, but she needed to continue borrowing money in order to feed herself, only inching herself closer to hell. She'd gotten herself a part-time job and all, but uses the money she makes there to keep searching for Jessica. I'm not saying there are better ways she could be taking care of herself, but I will say that if she doesn't put some of that money into paying off her debts, she's going to have actual hell to pay. But of course, she really only seems to see us as walking banks and seems to think that she still has a chance of getting our money if she ever does end up finding us. By the way, haven't actually blocked her number yet because I find it so much fun watching all the messages pour in from her asking for our help and updating me on her current disgraceful situation. But I'm sure that in time, as her debt continues to grow worse and worse, she'll come to realize that neither Jessica nor I care about her and that she's going to have bigger problems that she needs to worry about. Of course, that's only if she has the brains to realize what kind of trouble she's really getting into with all that debt. A few years later, my older sister ended up retiring from her career as being a model. She did so with the goal of being able to go out and do all the things she wants now, which will probably include her going overseas for a while. I haven't really spoken to her much lately, but that's just because she has a life of her own for once now, and someday I look forward to her dropping by my place again so that I can learn all about the things she's been up to. When it comes to my mom, neither Jessica or I have heard very much about her besides the fact that her last known location was at her apartment after being fired from her part-time job. I'd assumed that those that she was indebted to ended up losing their patience on her, started making their moves on her, leading to her being removed from everyone's daily life. She never did end up finding Jessica or myself either, and her last text to me was a year ago, letting me know that there was someone following her home a lot of the time. As for myself, I'm going to have my first baby this year, and will now have a family of 3. I'm sure compared to my sister, my life and everything is just really plain and simple, but I happen to like having my simple family around me every day, making me a proud and happy mother and wife, and no person is ever going to make me feel bad about that.
Hey, you. Are you the dispatcher from that hiring place the company looked into? Is this the correct number that I'm messaging? What's your name?
Yes, hello there. I'm the dispatcher that's just been hired. My name is Lola Baxter, and I suppose I'll be working with you soon, so...
Oh, okay. So you're Lola. To be honest, I don't care about your name right now. I'm really not up for pleasantries. You came to our branch office today on a temporary basis.
Yes, that's right, sir. I did. It's nice to be acquainted with you. I look forward to working together, and I hope that we can get along well.
I'm Barney Hunter, the branch president's son. Starting today, I'll be in charge of your training and what you'll learn at this company. If you even think about trying to disobey my orders, I won't accept any of your behavior, and you'll be out of here before I can say you're fired. Do you understand?
Okay, yes, sir. I'll listen and do the best that I can do in my job. What should I be doing exactly, sir? I do understand I may need some training, but I couldn't help but wonder. After taking a quick look at this department, I've found a few things in some areas that are in need of improvement, so I'd like to share this information in a meeting. I would like this meeting held within the department so that I can communicate what improvements need to be made so that we're all on the same page.
Excuse me? What did you just ask for? You're kidding me, right? You turn around and say that when you're literally just been dispatched? Anyway, let's just have some tea today and then you can watch and learn how everything is done, alright? You don't want to stress yourself on the first day, okay? You can watch the other employees work under the direction of our brilliant branch manager. You'll see how well he leads everyone. Also, I want you to please learn about the in-company system that I developed, alright? You should at least do that much today.
Well, with that being said, sir, it would be a little unrealistic to suddenly just start learning by only watching everyone else. I should actually be doing other things as well. Don't you have a manual or something to help train new employees? It would be really beneficial to me if I could read that as well as watch the employees.
You want to read a training manual? I don't know anything about that. You've hardly been here for that long and you're already starting to talk back? That's not going to get you anywhere in this company. You know, I really do hate sassy women like you sometimes.
Excuse me? What did you just say about me, sir? That statement is a very inappropriate thing to say to a new employee, so please take that back.
Oh, did I hit a nerve, little girl? You want to take back what I said? Why should I, when I'm a higher rank than you? I can say what I like. You obey me, not the other way around. You're just a temporary employee, Lola. I'm just trying to make you feel more comfortable around me. I'm your boss after all. Okay. Let's get on with what I actually want to say. I'll ask you to give a speech at this morning's meeting today. Think about what you want to say. It starts at around 10 o'clock, so I wouldn't leave it until then to figure out what you want to say. Be prepared, Lola.
Wait a minute, what? You want me to give a speech in front of the entire staff room? You could have told me this a little earlier on so I had more time.
Yes, but you'll be fine. We give speeches to let other employees know a bit more about you. It's so you can make a new friend as a temporary employee. Now, you've got 30 minutes to give your speech. Surely you'll be able to say a bunch about yourself in 30 minutes, right?
Are you seriously making me, as a first-time employee to your company today, you're going to make me speak about myself for 30 minutes? Well, surely it's not just going to apply only to me, right? Does this maybe apply to other newcomers in the company as well?
Of course! This is just a norm for people that come into our company branch. If you have any problems with the script, please come and talk to me about it. But if you're not going to do this properly, I'll have no choice but to give you a lecture on how to do speeches properly. You're an adult, so you can do this.
But, sir, this is absolutely unnecessary. How am I supposed to talk about myself for 30 minutes to complete strangers I've never met before? Excuse me, sir, sorry to bother you this early in the morning, but I have a question. Barney, who's in charge of my training, asked me to do a 30-minute speech at the morning meeting. Do you as the branch president understand what's going on here? Is this a typical thing that newcomers do at the company?
Are you a temporary employee who's joining us today? I'm sorry, but what's brought this on all of a sudden? Doing speeches when you first arrive has become the norm at this branch. It may be difficult at first, but just do your best.
Oh, okay. So are you asking other new employees and temporary employees to do the same thing? They all do a 30-minute speech?
Well, it's pretty obvious that all the people do a speech when they're a new worker. That's usually the case anyway. There are some who can't even do that and run off. This is a necessary step to measure one's suitability as a member of our company's society. Everyone should be able to talk in front of others with no issues.
But if it's to measure aptitude, why wasn't this done at the time of my interview? I think it's wrong to measure someone's suitability the morning of joining a new company.
Who do you think you are, speaking to me like this? Are you judging how I should do things at my own company? That's so rude. Are you trying to tell me that you don't want to give a speech so much that you thought it would be okay to come to me directly about it? The branch president?
It's not that I don't want to do it, Mr. Hunter. I'm just against this outrageous custom. Why give such a long speech in front of everyone for? I was surprised to learn that even the branch president tolerates this. Who even came up with this idea? It's not really necessary. And also, along with having to do this, being told to do it on the morning of the day I'm supposed to give my speech is nothing more than a nuisance to me and other employees.
Oh, great. I knew that a temporary employee would give me some stick eventually. I guess that would be you. I've got no choice but to complain to the staffing agency about this. Look, I won't if you just do what you're told to do. You have no need to voice your opinion at this time. Doing the speech is what it means to be a member of our company's world.
Okay, fine. I understand, sir. There's no need to go to the staffing agency about this. I'll do the speech at 10 o'clock like I'm supposed to. However, I'm still against doing this. I'm going to contact the head office about this, and I'll ask for a decision by them.
Okay, so be it. But I'm sometimes at the head office. If there's something that I don't like being done, I'll immediately tell someone at that office. But even at the head office, we've got no time to listen to every single complaint that some young and temporary employee has to say.
Well, no matter what they tell me, I'm going to ask them for a decision on this. Surely they'll agree with some of my points. By the way, there are also several other improvements that need to be made at your branch office. I'll summarize it in writing and submit it to you later.
Okay, sure. Do whatever you like. The person who's in charge of your training name is Barney Hunter, is that correct?
Yes, that's him, Barney Hunter. He introduced himself to me as the branch president's son. He definitely made that point very clear.
That's him, yes. I basically leave everything about the branch office up to him. If you want anything done, he'll do it. I'm sure he'll treat you well.
But I don't understand. He's still new to the company, isn't he, Mr. Hunter? Don't you think it's a bit soon in his career to be leaving all the duties to him?
No, there's nothing wrong with doing that if he's capable. As a father, I know everything I need to know about Barney's work ethic, and it's excellent. I decided to leave everything to him, so everything's okay. I trust him to do things well. He's an excellent programmer and a genius who developed the system for the branch by himself. He also came up with the idea for the speech at the morning meeting. I think it's a brilliant idea, and newcomers will do that.
But sir, if everything is being left to Barney, Hunter, what exactly is the branch president doing at the office? Can you please explain that?
How dare you ask me that sort of question? You need to shut your mouth right now. If you have time to complain, you've got time to work. You need to work and work hard if you want to survive in this company. I guess it's time to think of what to say for your speech. You better do that right now.
Okay, sir, I can guess what you're saying. I'll never ask that sort of question again. Well, then I guess I'll try and do a good speech in front of the employees.
You better just listen to Barney and do what he says. Don't even think about contacting me about this again. You obey us or get out of here. Hey, what the heck is this speech all about, Lola? Are you trying to mess with me or something? Why would you say stuff like that for?
All I wanted to do was share with you all the problems and the areas of improvement at this branch office. You asked me to set up a place for this kind of meeting, and I just thought that in front of all the employees was the perfect place.
Oh, come on, don't be silly. What do you mean what can be improved when it comes to temporary workers? That's not what the speech should be about.
But you were grinning the whole time about it, weren't you, Barney? You've always laughed when you've seen newcomers having trouble giving speeches, haven't you? The expressions on other employees' faces were also very mixed. The only people who have lots of fun are you and the branch president.
Well, I mean, you gave a pretty good speech, I can tell you that much. Look, I'm not good at this, and I'm not trying to be super bossy, all right?
Hey, the biggest problem here is that you used violence against me. Moreover, punching someone in the face can hardly be described as training.
Well, if the new person has an issue with how I work, I'll hit them a little bit. We're not university students anymore. If every individual isn't aware of how I work, the company will collapse. I'm very serious about everything I do because it's for the sake of the company. This is how things are done around here. Get used to it.
Since you're so serious about your job and this company being successful, then can't you stop your violent ways? Because it's affecting a lot of employees around you.
I'm not sure if I really want to change my ways because it's working well for everyone. You want to call the head office? Go ahead if you want to. You know that if you do, it'll get to my father and he'll make all the accusations that you've been saying completely disappear. He'll cover it up for me.
This branch seems to be even more corrupt than I thought that it was. This is unbelievable that this type of thing is happening in a company like this.
What on earth are you talking about? What makes it so corrupt? You're just some good-for-nothing temp who has no idea what they're talking about. Our branch office is steadily increasing in numbers. As long as the company is putting out the numbers that it should be, there shouldn't be any problems.
What is your deal? Seriously, have you and the branch president lost your humanity or something? You're treating these employees terribly. If you could do something to improve the situation there or just be replaced, it would be a much better branch office. Are you sure you don't want to consider changing your ways?
Wow, you're a very talkative woman. You better watch what you say or you'll get it from me. You don't want that now, do you? Are you trying to disrespect me? An elite? You're saying so much about my branch and you've only just been dispatched? This is such a joke. You know what? The next time you want to voice your opinion about my branch, how about I just punch you in the face? Try to speak up, I dare ya.
You still think I'm a temporary worker still, Barney? I work for the head office, as a matter of fact. Well, I guess I've blown my own cover now.
What on earth are you talking about, woman? Can't you just explain things properly? How are you not a temp worker?
Well, first of all, let me apologize for lying to you this entire time about who I really am. I was actually just pretending to be a temp worker who got hired. Once again, my name is Lola Baxter, and I was actually dispatched from the head office. I came here to investigate the internal affairs of this branch office.
What the heck? You're running an internal investigation into my branch office? Whoa, just hold on there for a minute, lady. I understand that you're letting out your frustrations right now, but there's no need for you to lie like this. There's no way that a young lady like you could be involved in an internal investigation.
Excuse me? I've got no idea what you mean by that, but don't dispute what I do for a living, please. I'm being dead serious about this, Barney. This was a setup for me to come in as a newcomer. I did this because I knew I'd only get hired because I'm young and full of potential, as a scumbag like you would think. Even though I may look young to you, it's only because I take good care of myself. I'm actually in my 30s.
What do you mean this was all set up as you being a new employee for the office? What do you mean? Oh, I get it. Nice joke, father. I'll have to tell my dad how well he got me with this one. You can go ahead and tell him how funny he is, but he can't fool me.
If you don't believe what I'm telling you, Barney, please contact the head office and check with them about me being at this branch. I'm sure they'll have all the answers you're looking for. Maybe they might even tell you the details you wanted to know about me, Lola Baxter.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I'll call up the head office and see what's actually going on. I'm sure that this is just some prank my dad pulled. I'll ring them up right now and see what they have to say about the newcomer to the company. Then I can get all the dirt I like about you. Even if you make excuses later, I don't care. Okay, there's obviously been some kind of huge mistake here. I'd like to say that I'm extremely sorry about that. I didn't mean to hit you, I swear. I just meant to make this all a big joke. I actually don't do any of these things at the office, and I really am sorry for what I did.
You know that it's really low of you to start making excuses for your behavior right now when you know what your intentions were, Barney. There were many witnesses in the branch that saw this occur. We all thought that you did it intentionally because you couldn't stand what was being said. You knew that you wanted to punch me in the face, and that's what you did. A lot of people saw that, and you can't turn back time.
Okay, yes, a lot of people did see me do that, but I told you that I was sorry for what I did, so what's going to happen to me now?
Well, if it all goes the way I want it to, you'll be fired from the company. I'm also planning to file a complaint, so this will probably go to court and be settled there. You need to keep this in mind, so you better hire a good lawyer if you want to lessen the blow on your reputation, Barney.
Wait, what? Want to take me to court for a real trial? On what grounds? What crime have I possibly committed?
Are you kidding me right now? Don't you know that it's a crime to hit someone? That's assault, and you had an intent to cause injury. Wasn't that your plan?
What on earth are you talking about? This is escalating too quickly, Miss Baxter. I didn't know that lightly hitting someone in the workplace is a crime.
Well, aren't you stupid then? Any form of violence on another person is a crime, Barney. There's also a suspicion that you're improperly using company money. Although it is still in the research stage, it's almost certain that this is what you've been doing. You'll be judged in the same way as you punching me.
No, you're lying. I've not been doing anything like that. You're going way too far with this now. This is absolute crap and you know it. You can't just start accusing me of such things. Where's the proof that I've been doing anything, huh? Why are you saying all this?
There was a complaint made by a certain employee about your actions in the company. I can't go into details, but I was sent here to investigate the accusations.
Okay, and? What did you find in your investigation, Miss Baxter? What's the results of this phony investigation?
If you haven't got a clue what the results are, maybe that's something for you to look into since this concerns you. To be honest, you should know the results by now.
Oh no, this is crap. I bet you don't even have proof of me doing anything. You just want this over faster so you can go back to your fancy head office, don't you, Lola? Besides, you know that I didn't do any of what you're accusing me of. Please stop investigating my branch office and get out of here.
You know that it's my job to do this, so I'll continue doing my investigation no matter how long it takes, Barney. You're not going to stop me doing my job. If you really haven't done anything that I've been saying, then there should be nothing to be afraid of when it comes to the results coming out later on.
Okay, I guess you've got a point. I suppose that's true. I guess I've done nothing wrong, so I won't worry about any of this.
Now, there will have to be a little talk with the branch manager, so I guess I'll leave that up to you to do since he's your father after all. I'd like to talk to you again later.
Wait a minute. What? You want me to talk to my father? I mean, the branch manager about this, I don't know if I can possibly do that at this time. There's so much to do. Okay, what on earth is going on here? I have heard the majority of this outrageous story from my son. He told me that you're an internal affairs investigator. Are you kidding me? Have you actually been dispatched from the head office to look into our branch? This is unbelievable. You lied to us.
Well, as an investigator, I'm supposed to lie initially so that you don't suspect what I'm actually doing. I received direct instructions from the CEO to look into your office. I was actually planning to work as a temporary employee for a longer period of time, but I got most of the evidence I needed on the first day.
Oh, right. Is that so, huh? So with that being said, are you going to tell me the results of your findings or not, Miss Baxter?
As you can see for yourself, you and your son, Barney Hunter, are involved in an embezzlement case. I did a quick look at your account system, and that provided evidence for it. This sloppy crime that you've committed shows exactly how you were able to do whatever you both wanted at this branch office. You probably thought that there was no way that you'd be found out like this, but it really was easy to know when something was going down. Am I correct in saying that?
I don't know how you could have found all this out in one day. Are you sure you're not mistaken? Who is the person behind all this, then, if this is true?
There's no way that I can turn around and say who exactly started this whole thing. However, I do have one thing to say to you, Mr. Hunter. It's not just one person accusing you and your son of those crimes. It's multiple people who have wanted to come forward but didn't want to lose their job because of it.
Wait a minute. You think there's more than one person saying things? Like a big group of people? How could that happen right under my nose?
You know, it's not just 2 or 3 people saying what they think is happening. Almost all the employees at this branch probably share the same frustration. There is only one person that's an exception to this rule. It's the female employee in charge of accounting who was acquired by you, sir.
So if you can give me an approximate number, how many of my employees have betrayed me today? Have they all forgotten how much I've taken care of them?
I don't think they see things that way anymore since you've stabbed them all in the back, Mr. Hunter. You and your son will be sued by the company for the crimes committed. I'm sure that you'll both be ordered to pay a huge compensation, so the head office will be planning on continuing on with this case.
There's absolutely no way that this is happening right now. How can you just turn around and sue us like this when we're making money? How do you have the power to do this? All you are is some laid-back little girl who thinks it's funny to sabotage the little branch offices just because you sit in a comfy chair in the head office. Listen to me, young lady. You tell the people at the head office this. Our branch office produces high numbers every month. Please don't file a complaint about us if we're making such profits for the company. We're helping you big guys out, not hindering you in any way.
Yeah, no, I'm not making any deals with you. You're dodgy and nobody trusts you or your son. Please argue this out in court. I told you before, hire a good lawyer. But it's obvious to everyone that the reason why the numbers are high is because of the hard-working employees, not you or your son. You take advantage of them.
What are you even talking about? How dare you turn around and say such things to a branch manager? I don't take advantages of the employees. They wouldn't be working so hard if it wasn't for me or my son.
Okay, I'm going to talk about one example and how you took advantage of them, Mr. Hunter. It's quite a specific example of what you and your son did. The in-office system that you introduced when you set up your own branch office was an inferior product. The employees made modifications to it and it came to life. You took the credit for the system when they did all the hard work. If the original version created by Barney remained unchanged, the system would have collapsed.
But I don't understand. How on earth did you know about that? You're seriously a good snooper, aren't you? You think you're so good at your job, don't you?
It's because I am, Mr. Hunter. Of course this information was also included in the accusation that the employees gave to me. All of the data evidence still remains backed up. I also looked at the early version of the system, and I would be able to manage a whole elementary school with that. It's fine to perform an evaluation on your son, but sir, you need to think about this more objectively. You need to stop protecting each other and face the consequences.
All you are is a little girl who needs to shut up right now. You're making my blood pressure rise so much. I've been supporting this branch for over 10 years. I'm a dedicated branch president that brings the head office money for their business. Does that not mean anything to you people? How much do you think it took to do this? We were wanting to make more money. What's the big deal in that, huh? We've gone through a lot to get to this point.
The hardships you've gone through and the embezzlement scheme are completely unrelated, Mr. Hunter. You do realize that you're going to have to testify in court, okay? I can hear it now. Since I've worked so hard to get where I am today, I thought that it was okay to just be a thief for a little while. That's how I imagine what you'll say in the witness chair.
This is absolute crap that you're making here, lady. How dare you question my authority and what I've done? I wish there was some way to fire you. Anything I can do to you to ruin your life would be great for me right now. You're not free from all wrath yet, Lola Baxter. Do you understand that?
And you threatening me right now is only going to make your situation way worse than it already is, Mr. Hunter. Don't underestimate what I can do from the head office. Let me tell you now, your conversations and messages right now are being monitored by the company, and anything you say to me can be used as evidence. This is my company phone, and I can send these messages to the head office as soon as this investigation is over. You've just threatened me, Mr. Hunter. What you say to me and anyone else will be used in court proceedings, so please watch what you say. You're in a worse off position now than when this conversation started.
You better be prepared for my wrath in court then, Miss Baxter. You're going down no matter what the company tries to do to me and my son.
Oh, I am more than prepared for what happens, Mr. Hunter. I guess there's nothing more to say apart from, I'll see you in court. Don't forget to bring your lawyer. It's so pathetic at how two men can laugh at someone giving a speech so much. After the investigation concluded, the men were both lost for words. Barney was taken in by the police on charges of causing bodily harm. He had to pay a fine and compensation directly to Lola. In another matter, Mr. Hunter was also charged by the police for fraud and theft. Both of them are currently in prison serving time for the crimes they committed. At the head office, they didn't believe the situation to be too bad for the employees and deeply apologized to them for not noticing the issue sooner. Since the branch president's absence, the performance at the branch office has more than doubled. Him and his son were a disease to the organization, and without them, the employees can shine in their positions. As for Lola, she returned to the head office and is working closely with the CEO. In light of the incident, they keep a close eye on other offices now.
Heidi, I really need to talk to you. It's actually rather important. So you better reply straight after you get this message from me. I just asked Harrison what's going on with you. Because I'm nosy. Is it true that you're now living at home? Since when was there any need for you to move back into your parents' house? I thought independent women were supposed to live by themselves.
Okay, Brooke, I get what you're saying. You don't need to make such snide comments towards me. What's up? I know we only met face to face the other day, so I guess we're still trying to figure each other out. Just please continue to look after Harrison and support him.
Oh, please, Heidi, there's no need to digress right now. I know that you're trying to avoid having this conversation with me. Look, don't you think you're a little old to be moving back into your parents' house? You're in your 40s. Can't you live on your own? I'm shocked that someone would do this to themselves.
Okay, yes, it's true that I now live at my parents' house, but what's the problem with that? A lot of people still live with their parents until they can afford to get a house. You do know that every family has different circumstances, including ours, okay? Look, I'm taking care of my mother right now. What is it that you wanted to ask, Brooke? Is there a point to this conversation that you want to have?
What? You're actually taking care of your mother? But isn't she a ball of energy normally? I thought that she was healthy and, well...
Did you forget about all of this when we met face to face the other day? My mother's in a wheelchair, Brooke. She can't move sometimes without help. There are times when nursing care is necessary, and my father isn't the type to help with anything like this. He's useless. It's like he almost doesn't care about Mom.
Well, my father-in-law works a lot, so of course he can't help your mother out. That just can't be helped. I mean, at least he's providing financial support.
Huh? What on earth are you talking about? What job are you referring to exactly, Brooke? Since when are you taking sides in this?
Well, he's probably going to work since you're unemployed, aren't you, Heidi? A woman in her 40s that's unemployed and lives with her parents? You know that's not great, right? You probably exploited your own parents. I wouldn't be surprised if you did that.
Excuse me? I get that it's not a great situation to be in, but I'm not exploiting my own parents. What the heck, Brooke? I'm just trying to help them. If you're so worried about me doing something, there's really no need to worry or think anything bad about the situation. We all get along pretty well as a family, although my father does make me feel a little bit anxious at times, but he's been like that forever.
Okay, well, I better tell you what's going on. Have you heard that we're all going to be living together under the same roof?
Whoa, back up a little bit there, Brooke. What's that supposed to mean?
What do you mean by living together? Are you moving in here? Once me and Harrison get married to each other, we're all going to live together in your parents' house. We need to live somewhere, you know. I really thought that someday that house would be mine, and then you suddenly show up and start living there out of the blue. I don't get why you're there, because it's just ruining all of my future plans with Harrison.
I haven't heard a word of you both living together here. I had absolutely no idea that you were planning that. Harrison hasn't talked to me or our mother. Since when was it okay for you both to make these sorts of decisions without telling anyone or even asking for my parents' permission?
I don't know what you're talking about, Heidi. I mentioned it to your father, and it sounds like he's okay with it.
Wait, what? You talked to my father about this? What about my mother? How come she doesn't know? What's going on here?
Of course I talked to your father. I needed to tell somebody, and I was definitely not going to approach your mother first about it. That house belongs to my father-in-law, okay? I think we all know that much. If my father-in-law says it's okay, then it's okay, all right? That's why I'm only telling you now about our decisions, since we've only talked to your dad. We've already decided to move in together starting next month.
Wait, you're moving in next month? But next month starts next week. That's so soon. Even though you've suddenly decided to do this, my father hasn't talked to us about it. You do know that there won't be enough room for everyone, right? It's going to be a tight squeeze.
Well, the whole reason why I'm messaging you now is so that I can tell you to move out, okay? The easiest thing to do is for you to leave, all right?
Brooke, maybe you should actually keep your mouth shut, because you can't just tell me to leave my parents' house, okay? If you intend on being rude to me, you'll regret what you said later on. You won't be able to take back what you just told me to do.
Oh, I don't really care about what I say to you, Heidi, because in reality, there's nothing that you can do about it. So stop preaching about how I should talk. We've already made our decision. Harrison and I will live in that house together whether you like it or not. Besides, Who cares if we have to throw out a 40-year-old single woman who lives in rags onto the street? You'll just have to find a way to earn money. You know that if you become more independent, you might actually meet someone that you can get married to. Wouldn't that make life easier for you? That's not something that you can tell me what to do on. You've got no right to say something like that to me. You obviously don't understand my situation. Besides, who's going to take care of my mother if I'm going to be kicked out of my own house? Why would she need to be taken care of? Does she really need that much care? Surely she can do things on her own, right? You do know that it's not just me saying that, so I'll be able to stay in the house. She really needs the care, Brooke. That is absolutely necessary. I've not heard a thing about my younger brother and his soon-to-be rude wife wanting to get married and then move in here. I feel like this is a stab in the back. And now I'm being asked to leave even though my mother is bound to her wheelchair. She needs a lot of help. Okay, calm down, Heidi. I just thought of something good that we can do. Why don't both you and your mother move out so that you can take care of her? Wait, what did you just say? Are you kidding me right now? Are you telling me that my mother should move out as well as me? Yes, that seems like the better option for everybody. It'll be just like killing two birds with one stone. You can still take care of your mother, and we can move in with fewer problems. If my mother-in-law stays with us, we won't benefit from that at all. We'll almost be her slaves if she can't move without a wheelchair. I think the best thing for everyone is for you and your mother to move out and never come back. You can both suffer with each other. Okay, I've had more than enough crap from you, Brooke. Cut it out. This isn't going to happen, not by a long shot. There's no way you can kick Mom out of her home. Hey, I can do what I like. Besides, my father-in-law really likes me and wants to make sure I get everything I need, so he'll do anything for me. Wow, how does it feel to know that your father likes his own daughter-in-law more than his own flesh and blood? Pretty crazy, right? Okay, I'm not letting this happen. I'm going to talk to Harrison about this mess. I'm sure that he wouldn't want his mother on the street. He's not that horrible. So when was I going to find out that both you and Brooke will be living in our parents together? What is going on here?
Huh? What are you on about? Didn't Dad tell you what's going on? I guess he forgot to tell you about what's happening.
I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you, Harrison. This isn't funny. Brooke is telling me things that I haven't been told. Brooke told me and Mom to leave the house so that you can both move in and live there without any worries. Is that true?
Oh, really? That's what Brooke said. Don't you think it would be better that way so then everyone gets what they want?
Excuse me? What are you even saying? Is this some kind of insane prank you're pulling? I honestly wouldn't put it past you, Harrison. Do you think that kicking your own sister and mother out of their house is a good idea? Do you really want to do that to us?
Look at you, Heidi. You're over 40 years old, not married, and living at home, basically doing nothing. This is for your own good. Do you really think it's that painful that something like this is happening to you? You have to stand on your own 2 feet at some point in your life.
What on earth are you talking about, Harrison? I know how to stand on my own 2 feet. How dare you? Who I am has got nothing to do with what you're trying to pull. Whatever happens to me, I don't care, but what you're doing to our mother, are you really going to let that happen? Do you really want to kick her out of the only house she's known for a long time? She's in her 60s and can hardly walk on her own. Why do you want to do this to her?
But Dad has said that it was okay for us to move in, and that room would be made for us. Otherwise, we haven't had many other conversations about it recently.
Oh, okay, so it's our father's fault that he wants us out of the house? You realize that you're all conspiring against Mom and I, right? You know how terrible our father is, right? He doesn't help out, and he hasn't helped our mother since she's been in the wheelchair. You both have always treated me and Mom so coldly, so no wonder Mom ignores everything you all say to her. I really don't feel like talking to my father about this mess.
Well, if you're not going to talk to him, then why don't you do us all a favor and move out? It would make the process so much easier.
Excuse me? How could you say something like that to me? I'm your sister. Do you really want something like this happening to me and to Mom?
Look, even Dad just wants to live a peaceful and relaxing life, okay? He wants to feel comfortable in his own house again. He would rather not live with two women who don't do what he says or listens to. What's the point in living with people who ignore you? He wants to live with Brooke and I because we all get along really well. Don't you think he should have a good life and look forward to seeing his grandchildren running around the house someday?
Are you being serious right now? You think that he'd want loud and screaming babies disturbing his sleep? Do you think you'll be fine living together?
Hey, all I'm saying is wouldn't we all be better off if it happened this way? Why are you getting so angry over this?
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. I can't deal with you or your partner anymore. I can't believe it took me so long to realize that you and Brooke had the exact same idea. Just give me a chance to let this all sink in, rather than making all of these decisions behind mine and Mom's backs. Can you at least give me some time? Hey, were you able to convince your annoying older sister of how this is the best option to take? It would really be a nuisance if they didn't leave. When we move into that house, we'll inherit whatever is left there when they leave this earth, right? There's no way that I'm not moving into that house.
It's all okay, Brooke. I'm sure that my sister will leave when she thinks about it some more. I just said something that got her straight to that point.
Huh? You actually did? You were able to convince her to leave? Is that right? Will she actually do what we say, or is she going to put up a fight? You know that if they don't leave, I'll throw away all their belongings and kick them out myself. I've got permission to do that, right?
Okay, I don't think you'll have to take it that far, so don't worry about anything like that. In the end, I'll make sure that they move out properly with no issues.
Well, if you still continue to be nice to them, then there's no way that we'll lose the inheritance, right? We'll still be in their good books that way, right?
Yeah, I'm sure everything will work out and it'll be okay. I heard that the house is quite old, but it sits on good land. So my father used to run a company. That's why he was able to buy a decent amount of land. Although he's retired now, he still pops in to help out at work from time to time. So I think we'll all be able to live comfortably even though he's retired, which is great, right? I'm sure there's a lot of money in his account.
There better be some money. I don't want to have to do much work if we're going to be inheriting all of this cash. Is it possible to kick out your mother, too?
My father also told me that he was considering getting a divorce from my mother so he didn't have to put up with her attitude anymore. He said that he'll do his best in divorcing her and kicking her out so that we can move in and take over their house. It'll all be ours in no time, and then we can enjoy our life.
I knew you could do it, Harrison. You're such a clever man. You're definitely a great husband and know how to take good care of me.
Really? You think so? Well, ain't that sweet of you to say, Brooke. Thank you. As long as my father gets a divorce from my mom and cuts her off, we'll have nothing to worry about anymore. I feel a little bit sorry for my mother and sister, but I'm sure they'll manage somehow. All that my sister has to do is get a job and they'll be able to survive. They won't have problems after that.
Exactly. That's right, my love. Well, to be honest, if I were to get kicked out by a family member, I wouldn't want to hear from them ever again, so let's hope we don't have to. Let's just cut them off and be happy together in the house that rightfully belongs to us. Okay, Heidi, I'm here to tell you that we're moving into the house tomorrow. I hope that you've packed up all your belongings. Are you actually ready to leave the house or not? You know that there's no point in trying to stay in the house. We're coming whether you like it or not. Yeah, okay, Brooke, I get what you're saying, all right. Are you seriously trying to kick me out of my own house? I think you're going to regret doing this, so are you okay with that? What on earth are you talking about? There's no way that I'm going to regret doing this. This is what I want to happen. Aren't you embarrassed that this is happening to you? That it had to come to this point for you to move out and be independent? Me? Embarrassed? Why would I be embarrassed about living at home? I'm trying to take care of my mother, for goodness sake. I don't humiliate myself with saying rude comments like you do, Brooke. I don't feel ashamed of myself at all. Hey, I'm only saying this out of the common sense I have gained over the years. Wow, this is so embarrassing having to kick you out. You're really spoiled for a 40-year-old, Heidi. Don't you feel like a parasite walking around in your own parents' house? Don't you feel like you've invaded their space long enough? What's the point being there when you can't find anyone to marry you? Oh well, it doesn't matter anymore. Just leave with your mother, all right? You can't just insult people like this and then kick them out. You're definitely going to regret doing this to us, Brooke. Whatever you say, Heidi. I don't really care. I'm not going to let myself be lectured by an old hag like you who uses nursing her mother as an excuse to not move out. All you do is make excuses, even making up that your mother's in a wheelchair. If you're over 40 and looking after someone, then you can get out of my house. Fine, I'll just live in my mother's cottage then if you're going to be this way. What on earth are you talking about? Stop making up stupid lies. I know you're just talking crap to buy yourself more time. Ugh, talking to you, Brooke, is a waste of my mental energy. I'll leave with my mother as you wish, and I'll move into her cottage. I can live a better life there than I do now living here. On the contrary, I guess I could thank you for making me move. There's no way that your mom owns a cottage, right? What are you going to gain by saying something as stupid as that? I had a feeling you wouldn't believe me and just make fun of me. Whatever you say to me, I don't care about, Brooke. Okay, what if I were to send you a photo of the cottage that my mother has? Would you believe me then? What the heck are you talking about? What photo is going to make believe what you're saying is true? Well, of my mother's cottage, of course. I intend on moving there tomorrow, so I'll start packing my things. What did you just say? There's no way that your mother would have the money to buy another house or anything like that. It doesn't exist. An old and wrinkly lady can't do anything from her wheelchair. There's no way that I believe you. Well, I guess you'll never actually see it then. It really doesn't matter what you think anymore, Brooke, but if you did, you'd lose all the color from your face. Then maybe you'll end up realizing that what you've done is wrong. What's that supposed to mean? How dare you say such a snide comment? I've not made any mistakes in this. I believe everything Harrison said, so he must be right. I guess so. It's good that you believe in your husband so much. I hope that you live a nice life together. Thanks for taking in my father. I'll probably never see you again. Bye. Hello, Heidi. How's everything going? Look, I really need to confirm something with you, so would you please just answer your phone? There's nothing to talk about, Brooke. Besides, didn't I cut ties with you? What do you want to say if you wanted to call me so urgently? My father-in-law has an inheritance, right? I just wanted to check with you to make sure that it was true. Excuse me? Are you kidding me? You're asking me if my father has a bunch of money hidden somewhere or something like that? Look, I moved in here to try and get my father-in-law's inheritance in the house so that I could live a nice life. I feel like he's got no money at all. Now I have to count on the money that Harrison gets. What is going on here with your family? Is this a joke, Brooke? Are you actually being dead serious right now? Wow, I can't believe you asked that. Huh? What are you talking about? Of course I'm being serious. Why are you laughing about this? Of course my father has no money, you stupid woman. He's been unemployed for almost 5 years. What? No, that can't be true. I thought that he was a company president and still helped out at the company. Doesn't he have any savings from his time at work? Isn't that why you're able to sit around all day and do whatever you like because you have his money? The only time he was the company president was when he succeeded my grandfather. He crashed the company and it lost a lot of money, so he was fired. Wait, what? He got fired? Oh, surely not. I thought that he was good with his money, though. Brooke, he's got no savings at all. In fact, he spent the little retirement money he got on gambling, so no, he's not good with money. You didn't seriously decide to live together in that house using my father's inheritance as your daily allowance, did you? If that's the case, Brooke, you're a huge idiot. You are so dumb for making that decision. How dare you speak to me like that? Don't you know how rude you're being right now? What you've been saying to me, Brooke, has been way more rude than my little comment I just made. Well, I've already cut ties with my dad, so I don't care about him. You were delusional to think that my father had a lot of money. Then how was he able to pay for anything if he hasn't been working in over 5 years? I assume he hasn't received his pension yet, right? Yeah, you're right. He hasn't gotten it yet. Of course, it was all thanks to my mom that he had money to spend. Wait, what? Your mother? She had money since when? How can an old lady in a wheelchair afford anything? You should really stop with these terrible jokes, all right? Well, she's the one who has all the money. As I said before, it was my grandfather who ran the company. It was her father. She had quite a few assets. But when my father took over the company, he drove it into the ground and almost went bankrupt. My mom inherited her father's things beforehand, so she was fine. Oh my God, what? No way. So your mom was the one who had the money and inheritance this entire time? How did I not know? Probably because my dad lied to you. He always has to try and impress people. But then they get the wrong end of the stick like you did, but that's your own fault. You were so gullible in believing everything my father said to you and Harrison. He's just as dumb as my father, by the way. Luckily, Mom didn't keep her assets as cash, otherwise my father would have taken it for himself. She decided to invest it instead. She ended up making a lot of money by just staying at home and investing in the right places. Just because she's in a wheelchair, it doesn't mean she can't do anything. How is this possible, though? How can she be an investor if she's in a wheelchair? Just because she isn't as mobile as she used to be, it doesn't mean she lost her intelligence. She knew my father better than anyone, and so she knew to keep her money hidden. Also, for taking care of her, she's been paying me a nice salary, so I've also been able to save up quite a bit of money for myself. And you thought that this old hag was doing nothing all day and being spoiled by my parents? Oh, how wrong you were. I didn't mean to say what I did. I'm sure you do a great job looking after your mom. Look, I just really need your help since your father hardly has any money. You're seriously not trying to get to my mom's money after the way you treated us. Are you kidding me? Please, I need your help. I don't want to have a poor life. Please, we're family. You wouldn't do this to your own brother and sister-in-law, would you? You were both the ones that got us into this mess, but what did I tell you? You'd regret saying and doing what you did to me and my mother? Don't even try contacting me again asking for money. How dare you even try to rip us off when all we did was try and be nice to you? I don't want to see either you or Harrison ever again, and my mom feels this way too. Enjoy your life in poverty in that really shabby house. After learning the truth about the inheritance in the house, Harrison and Brooke were left completely devastated. Apparently, Harrison panicked and asked his mother and Heidi to come back to the house. Naturally, they didn't because they weren't treated well at all. Brooke and Harrison are on the verge of collapse due to the increase in their arguments. They couldn't take the plunge in getting a divorce as they couldn't afford to do that. It seems the only thing they could do is live in a state of complete depression. What an ironic result for them. This is the result of trying to degrade others for their own personal gain. It's nothing but a self-inflicted result. The best thing for them to do is to find a part-time job and fast. But it might be an impossible task for people with that kind of personality.
Krista, why are you not willing to take this old bag in for us? We only just got married over here, right? Don't you think it's better if you take her and look after her instead of the two of us newlyweds?
Betty, it's been a while. When you said old bag, were you actually referring to my mom?
Who else would I be giving that well-deserved title to? I want you to take over handling this stingy and annoying old freak for us.
Could you stop it with all that horrible name-calling, please? She is my mom, okay?
I could care less about that, Christina. I'm only calling her by who she really is, right? A moneyless old bag. If you don't come over here to get her real soon, I'll have to kick her out of our house.
Betty, are you aware that it is my mom who has been asking to come and live with my older brother? And it's not just her that wants it, but my older brother as well. So you talking about her in that way seems to be you not showing any respect for our family. Is that right? Calling her things like annoying and poor are sorts of things that will make her really upset and might push her to becoming more distant from you.
I'm sure you just want to think of her in the nicest possible way because she was the only person that parented you. But to me, someone who was raised in a family with loads of money, all I can think of her as is a moneyless bag. I feel bad for the poor broad, but having to put up with her is driving me nuts.
You actually feel bad for her? From the way you keep talking about her, I'm not seeing any part of you that actually cares enough about her to be saying such things. It's making me sad to hear all this from you. What about my mom has made you so upset with her that you'd say such rude things?
That old bag is terrible at cooking decent meals for us.
What?
The only thing she can make well is bad food. And when it comes to the clothing she wears, it all looks like secondhand clothing bought at some Salvation Army. Just looking at her style makes me want to vomit.
You're making my mom cook while she's over there? Are you kidding me?
What are you trying to get at? Of course she is. We are the ones allowing her to live here with us, so the least she can do is cook.
No, I feel that if anything, you should be the one cooking for her.
And just be aware that I know about how your whole family has zero spending money because you all had to be raised by a single mother. I feel that just because you don't have the money to support her poor butt, you shouldn't be forcing someone like myself and your older brother to. Especially when just a bit ago, Zach was able to get into a great company. If we didn't have this old worthless bag over here, then we'd have enough money to do all sorts of things we want.
If you have the time to talk trash about my mom behind her back, then how about you go talk to my brother about her instead of me?
Huh? What are you saying? Right now, Zach and I are doing so well together. I have no need for you to tell me how to work my relationship with him.
Well, I'm not trying to control what you both do in your relationship, and if you really are doing well together, that's good to hear. But the way you're talking about my mom right now is not acceptable. You sitting there texting me all these complaints you have about her is not acceptable either, and I will not let you say anything more to me. If you really don't want my mom living over there with you guys anymore, then go tell that to my brother's face, please. Tell me, why are you not able to do that if things between you two are going so well?
Right now, Zach is really happy, believing that I'm great taking care of his mom for him. He buys me all sorts of brand bags and things like that to repay me for it. That's why I'm asking you to take care of this old bag for me. If he were to find out something like me kicking her out, then this whole awesome relationship we have would fall apart.
So this all has to do with you getting the things you want without having to make any sacrifices, huh? Understood. But this is not something I can do anything about. If you really want her to stop living there with you, go talk to your husband about it. And actually, you should really be talking with my mom about this so you can understand her side of the story. I think that she can explain to you that she's not the kind of person you think she is.
I don't get what you're on about. If you don't let me continue having a great relationship with your brother, I'm going to make both you and your mother pay for it.
And if you think that's such a good idea, then I'll make sure you pay for your actions tenfold. Goodbye now.
Krista, that hurricane today was insane, right? There was something funny about it all, though. Would you like to hear about it?
Something funny about it? Well, I'm sure whatever this something may be, it won't come without a price, right?
In the middle of the night, while the hurricane was raging, I sent that moneyless old hag outside. And now this place is all mine. That's why I said before that you should have hurried up and came and gotten that grandma. I wonder how things are going for her now.
You are the worst. That house is supposed to be like a home to my mom. But you took it from her without even asking.
I'm telling you right now that you need to take care of that moneyless old bag, all right? You and her can get along, both agreeing on things like not having any money or time to have fun.
I can see you're having a ball saying all that stuff about her. But if my brother were to find out about this, what do you think might happen?
You go ahead and let him know what happened, all right? Tell him that it wasn't my fault and that your mom chose to leave the house all by herself in the middle of the night. Make sure you tell her exactly what I said, word for word. You wouldn't want to ruin the most amazing relationship your older brother has with me, right? We have no need for someone in this house who doesn't have any money to share. I wanted this house for myself, so I tossed your mom out into the hurricane to find her way somewhere else.
If you're talking about my mom as though she's lost out there, you have it all wrong. She's with my brother and I at her condo.
What?
You are really the most stupid woman in Florida.
What do you mean by that? What's going on here? What condo are you talking about?
My mom happens to have a condo that she frequents every so often. And soon Zach will be coming back here as well.
Huh? A condo? I don't get it. Have you completely lost your mind now, too?
Ah, that's right. You probably never knew about the condo she holds on to, right? Well, it so happens that my mom has a lot of properties that you probably know nothing about. And to be honest, she's come from a life of fortune that probably even you could never fathom. That's how rich my mom is.
What? She has a lot of properties. What? I have no idea what you're trying to talk to me about right now.
I'm sure you don't, and I'm sorry about that. Lowlifes like you wouldn't have the mental capacity to understand what it's like being rich, right? I'm sure this is all a bit too difficult for you. Well, you not being able to understand what it's like to have money is none of my problem.
Wait, can you please explain this in a way I can understand? Tell me what the hell has happened.
My mom was only living in that house with you two because she wanted to live with my brother. But she was kicked out of that house last night, and so she invited me to come out and live with her for a while at her condo.
I never heard about her owning any condos.
And I can see that now. But we never told you about them in the first place. We didn't want you getting all nervous about my mom having all that money and all her properties. So we decided to make things more comfortable for you by not saying anything about it. We just wanted to make it seem simple, and that's why we said my brother wanted her to come live with them, and she wanted to live with him as well. And she was hoping to have a close relationship with you as well there. But instead, it turns out that you're a terrible person, and because of that, you made yourself look bad in front of her. All she was trying to do was make things less complicated for you. Yet you took all that the wrong way and forced her out.
Make things less complicated for me? What does that even mean?
You can think about that one yourself. But in the end, you kicked her out of the house in the middle of a hurricane. And I went there to get her with my car, and we both went back to her condo and are having a party right now to celebrate being free from you. All our family and friends are here too, having a wonderful time, so please don't come over ruining it for us. And you don't have to worry about her anymore, because she's already made it clear to us that she'll never live around you again.
What the heck? Are you for real? Your mom had a condo and you're all partying right now? This all makes zero sense to me, but you're telling me that an old hag like her that buys clothing from a secondhand store has all that?
She was only wearing that clothing to make you feel better around her. You really should be thankful that she did that for you.
So you're telling me that your mom really has a lot of money, right? Yet she just acted like she was poor while she lived with us?
It's not like she was trying to lie to you or anything. She just didn't want to stress you with thinking that she required more from you than you could give.
Are you trying to say that I'm poor or something?
I'm not trying to say it all that straight, but well, if you compare your life with the one my mom lives, you are pretty poor. But even after my mom tried to be nice to you by not acting all rich and snobby, you still acted out and treated her like she was the poor one, which we all understand very well now.
Huh? No. Wait a second. If you're really telling the truth about her having lots of money, then this is a totally different story. I didn't know at the time that she had all that money and all those properties under her name. I was just being fair with her by saying that she was a poor old bag because of the way she dressed and acted.
And that right there was way too thoughtless of you. Her being poor and without a lot of money didn't have anything to do with you being her daughter-in-law. She just wanted things to be about being a family, and that's it. She really wanted to become good family with you, and that was her only goal. However, instead of becoming friends with you, all she received was earfuls of you calling her horrible things all the time.
Wait, that wasn't what I had planned on doing.
Well, at this point, we are all aware that you're not the kind of person who is willing to be open-minded towards others. And since my mom is the most aware of that,
she no longer needs to be around you. So with all that being said, we'd like you out of that house.
Huh? Why would I be the one to leave this house now? This is supposed to be our house.
Come on! You understand by now that you have no right to that house now, right? My brother will most likely be talking to you about this later, but that house is under my mom's name.
Huh? Are you sure?
So you really didn't know about that either then? My mom didn't want to say anything to you because all you do is talk trash about her. Either way, my mom was letting the two of you live in that house as a present from her for your wedding.
Huh? I didn't know anything about that either. I just assumed that Zach had bought this place with his own money.
My brother only just got his first job working full-time. So do you really think he'd have the ability to afford a place like that? I'm just saying that place is not yours to live in, and so my mom will have you kicked out of there very soon if you don't leave willingly. She had hopes of one day giving that place to you guys and having her name removed, but I don't think she will be doing that for either of you guys now.
She won't give us this house? Huh?
She's telling me that as long as you're with my brother, she's not even going to continue to help him with the loan.
Huh? Loan?
Like I said, my brother only just started his first full-time job, and so he doesn't have the income to get his own loan yet. So in order to help him have a house for the two of you, or I suppose three of you could live in, she got a loan and helps him pay it off with some of her wealth.
I didn't even know about that part. What does all of this mean then? Are you trying to say that he doesn't have the income right now to afford the place?
Well, like I've said, he's very fresh to this world of business and working. You really had no clue about anything regarding him, huh? Honestly, I'm sure you were told all of this before, but you didn't want to understand it, so you just ended up ignoring him, right?
If his mom ends up stopping the help with that loan, what'll happen to us?
Well, you both will no longer be able to pay it off in time, and things will begin to fall apart there, right? She really tried her best to give Zach everything as well. But it's all because of his own wife that your lives will fall apart.
Krista? This time was a little... Well, this time I was just a little confused about things, and I'm sorry if that hurts you in any way. But right now, I understand everything completely, all right? So can we get back to becoming a happy family together again, right?
Get back to?
Can you tell your mom that she's allowed to come back home to our house now? Actually, let her know that I'll be coming to her condo. I think I should get some things together now to spend the night there, right? I'm sure you're all fine now with me coming to that party, right?
Really? Nice joke, Betty. You almost had me believing all of that as well for a bit.
Huh? Why are you saying that?
It's a little too late for you to act all happy and upbeat about what's happened. Mom has already told us she no longer wants to have any ties to you. And I thought that was implied by everything I was telling you this whole time. There is no longer going to be a day where she wants to be in your company. Honestly, you'll never even be hearing from her again, Betty.
What? Hold on, okay? So, does this really mean I'm going to have to leave this house? If I get tossed out of here, I'll be in real trouble. And if she were to cause some kind of trouble for Zach, do you know what that might do to our marriage?
That's not something I care about. This is all because of the way you treated my mom, right? To break it to you in the most straight way possible, the way you've acted has made an enemy of my mom. And I had warned you of that sooner, right? I asked that you no longer talk poorly of my mom and maybe go chat with her about all your complaints.
Then you should have just told me about all of this instead of letting me continue.
Huh? I'm not your freaking parent.
But you could have at least told me she was loaded, and then none of this would have happened. I would have never said anything bad about her after that, and we could all be living our dreams right now.
The fact that you only change your attitude from good to bad based on someone else's money shows me that you're just the scummiest person on the planet. You think I want you to be around my mom when you're that kind of monster?
Krista, this is getting really bad. I'm getting call after call from Zach right now. Does he already know about what happened to your mom?
Well, he just arrived a couple of minutes ago and my mom explained everything to him. He became very, very red in the face and then stormed upstairs saying he'd give you a call.
You're lying, right? That means I'm completely screwed now.
Exactly. You always liked making everyone else have to deal with your crap. But it seems this time all that crap is coming for you. Well, that's all I have to say about things. You are done for, Betty. Now, I'd answer the next call from him if I were you. The woman that you kept calling a moneyless old bag? Well, that's going to be you in the next 10 years or so. You idiot! In the end, Zach found out all about the things that Betty had been up to and told her that he wanted a divorce. He also told her that his mom would have the house sold back to the bank and that they'd all be moving out, so she had no choice but to leave. Betty tried going to her mother-in-law about all of this and begged for forgiveness, but everyone in the family had had enough of her and ignored all her pleas. Betty ended up kicked out of the house by the bank and was not able to go back home to her parents, which cut ties to her, leaving her to live life on the road. Had she only been a bit nicer to those she knew little about, she'd be having the time of her life, living with enough money to keep her entertained. Even Krista's mom was thinking so much about becoming close to her daughter-in-law that she was getting ready to give them one of her condos as a place to spend their time off. But that idea was quickly crushed by Betty being such a miserable person. I guess it's a good thing this all happened to my mom, because we learned far sooner that Betty was nothing more than a self-centered child deep inside, and that a condo wouldn't fit that kind of personality. Now, Betty is stuck working as a factory worker, breaking down tuna and canning them, all for minimum wage at around 60 hours per week. She does this from sunrise to sunset, all while thinking about how badly she screwed up by acting like a complete child to her in-laws. I'm sure it's really tough for her now, but this is what she deserves to help her realize to be nice to strangers. As for the rest of the family, they have all gone back to living their lives as normal. Krista is back at her place, getting back to work and living her life as she always has, and Zach has gone back with his mom to her condo with all his and her things to live there for a while until he has enough money saved up for his own house. I feel bad that this all happened to Zach, really, as he didn't do anything wrong to deserve losing the gift that his mother gave him. But I'm sure that somewhere down the line she'll be willing to help him again with another gift. Excuse me, Eloise, but what do you think you're doing?
Huh? What are you talking about, Raquel?
Stop trying to play dumb with me. I am talking about what happened at the family gathering and dinner. When I was talking to my aunt, you were there with the two of us as we were gathered there. And I remember you telling her that I'm like a parasite living in your home. Why would you tell her such a lie as that?
Well, look, sis, I was just telling the truth to her. You are already way too old to be living in your parents' house still, and since you still haven't found anyone to marry you yet, that must mean you're like a shut-in or something. You happen to be Brian's sister, so I've done my best to stay quiet about all my feelings towards you, but I've had enough sitting around and letting you get away with such crap.
I understand that I don't have a husband of my own yet, but I am still working remotely while in the house. And very soon I plan to move into a new house close by. I feel that I've explained all this to you plenty of times before, right?
And you expect me to believe that crap every time you tell me about it? You really expect me, someone in their 30s now, to believe that you're in that room all day working on things that are going to make you money?
Making products by hand is a very labor-intensive job, you know.
I don't care. I'm sorry that I've had to be the one to look over you this whole time, even though you're the one older than me. Now, can you start acting a bit more your age and get out of the house and into a life of your own?
Eloise, what do you think people are going to think of you when you do things like that?
And what is it this time with you?
Why are a ton of your things littered all over my room right now? And when it comes to my things, what have you done with them? I can't even find a single thing of mine now.
All of it was getting in my way, so I tossed it all out.
Why are you throwing away other people's things like that when they're not your own? I cannot believe you right now.
Well, isn't this all your fault since you still haven't moved out of the house yet and are way too old to be relying on us? Do you plan to keep living there even though we are staying there now?
Listen up, Eloise. I told you just yesterday that the day I'm moving out has been moved back a bit due to my work and being too busy, right? And that's why my things would be at my parents' house for a little while longer. I told you that right to your face, Eloise.
That's just your poor excuse for not wanting to get out of here. I heard from you that you were having a lot of your things here for a little while longer, but you never said I couldn't throw them away or anything.
That right there is BS.
Well, maybe next time you have to be more specific when explaining things like that to me. Raquel, it's absolutely disgusting that you're still living in your parents' house when you're in your 40s. My husband and I are moving into the house now, so please get lost. I'll be taking care of your mom from now on, okay? So there's no play for you in this house anymore. Just give up for me, please.
I told you that I have to wait a bit longer to move to my new place. Well, I already have a new house, so I guess I will be leaving now. And even if I hadn't bought the place yet, I'd still get out of here.
Trying to act all tough now, are we? I doubt you even have a place right now, and what? Are you gonna go live on the streets or something while searching for a new place?
I can see that nothing I am saying is getting into that thick skull of yours. Tell me right now where you ended up throwing all my things away at.
I don't know. I just toss them in the trash and let the garbage man handle them.
Tomorrow is when they come by this house and pick up the trash. So try again, please.
Who cares where your things are now anyway?
I really can't get a second of decent talk out of you, can I?
Raquel, I'm so sorry.
Brian, can you not see that your wife is a bit screwed up in the head? Are you sure you're okay with someone like her? She's told me that she's gone and thrown out a lot of my tools for work as well as a lot of the products that I had already made. And she's now telling me that she has no idea where she threw all of that stuff away at, and most of it has to do with my job.
I even tried asking her what she did with all that stuff, but she'd only reply by saying she doesn't know. And she kept trying to push this excuse on me that Mom said it was okay for her to toss it all, and that's why she did so. She doesn't even seem to care about how what she's done is completely messed up.
So she's going to try and take advantage of the fact that Mom has early signs of dementia and make her be the one to take the blame? She is so screwed in the head.
I'll make sure to pay you back for everything she threw away. And I'll have her know what's happened because of her actions. I'm so sorry, Raquel.
You apologizing to me isn't really going to solve anything now. But the fact that I hear that your wife is using Mom as her scapegoat is a little bit too disturbing.
To be real with you, this time, I'm really shocked by what she's done, and it's made me lose a lot of trust in her.
I bet. Well, I'm not going to allow this. I guess I'll have to be the one to watch over Mom after all. I'll be sending her things over to my new place as well soon, so can you make sure to gather it all up for me?
Hold on a second. That has nothing to do with what we were talking about before.
Huh? Why are you saying that in times like these? I want to know why you're even marrying a woman like that anyway, who has a rotten character. I'm sure she's just trying to use you, Brian, and you have to start becoming more aware of things like that.
Well, listen. I'm sorry, Raquel. When it comes to how I met her, it all comes down to her being a friend of one of my friends, which led to us starting to date. She really is a wonderful woman, but she happens to have parts of herself that are stronger than others. At first, I thought she just had a hard time listening to me, and used her power as a way of being romantic and kind, and maybe I was wrong.
So what are you trying to get at here?
I'm sorry, that was kind of a poor excuse right there.
You can stop trying to apologize or make excuses for what she's doing. You're just wasting your time now trying to defend her like that.
Right. But when it comes to Mom, can you hold on a little longer? The whole reason I wanted to move back home with her was to be able to live with her again after all.
Well, you did explain that to me a while back.
For the longest time now, you've been left to take care of Mom and that house. But I really wanted this time to be my turn so that you could finally have a break. So if you take Mom with you, there was no need for all of this effort spent.
And I told you long ago that you didn't have to worry so much about Mom and I, right? I get that you want to care for her again and everything, but you can't tell me it's a waste of time that you might not be able to live with her. She has a right to be around people that want to care for her, like you. But when you have Eloise there, well...
I know that, and I can't make an excuse for it. But you have been dealing with everything here by yourself for so long, and have never asked anyone for help. So I wanted to be the one to support you. I will not forgive what Eloise did to you, not one bit. I'll make sure she's held responsible for everything she did.
And I feel that you should hold her responsible to the fullest extent. I guess I have no choice but to give you a little more time then.
Raquel, how have you been doing since then? Are you having a fun time living all by yourself in that rundown shack of yours?
I'm actually having a pretty nice time at my new house. And when I'm finished getting everything unpacked and managed, I'll send you a video tour of the place so that you have a better idea where I'm living.
No need! I don't have any interest in looking at that dumpy apartment you're gonna try and fix up.
So you think that I'm still lying about everything regarding my life? I'd really like to know what gets you off about making fun of other people like that. Did I do something to you before that's made you this miserable?
I told you before that you were getting in my way. Are you not aware of all the people you've been causing problems for this whole time you've been alive? It's scary that you were so naive at that.
Well, before you begin to question others and worry about them, perhaps you should be thinking about how you yourself is doing.
Huh? Why should I have to worry about myself?
Well, don't you feel that your parents are going to try to contact you here soon?
Hey, what the hell is going on?
Huh? What are you talking about, Eloise?
Stop trying to play dumb with me now. I was just told by my parents that they no longer want to see me anymore and that I should never talk to them again. The hell did you tell them to make them do this?
Well, that's a relief. It seems they have finally opened their eyes to what their daughter's been up to.
You tell me that something bad happened within their company? Why the hell do you know anything about my dad and his company?
So you have no idea what's been going on at your parents' company then? Well, if you'd like to know why I know him, it's because I'm the CEO.
Huh?
I have my company, and your dad has his company, right? Well, both our companies are in a partnership at the moment.
Wait, I have no idea what you're going on about.
I've always been talking about how I work to create handmade goods, right? You have to tell me that you've known about me doing all of that, right?
Yeah, and I thought that was your excuse for being locked in your room all day long.
I was never using it as an excuse for anything, though. I'm running a company that happens to make handmade goods for people that order them through us. You could call it a smaller company, but I still happen to employ quite a few people, and we all tend to work from home making goods. And as for the stuff that was in my room being worked on, it was all a collaboration effort between a few different companies.
A collaboration?
Your father asked me to start working on all those goods as a way of getting his company's name out there. He wanted more customers to know about the company he runs, and so he wanted me making high-quality goods that he could use to inform and attract customers about his company and others.
What the hell? I don't believe you.
All of those pieces of jewelry I had been working on were for an upcoming event where they'd be sold for a limited time, but... Oh, that's a bit strange, isn't it? I haven't even started selling any of them yet. However, when looking online, I can see that they are already being sold for prices higher than I was planning to sell them at. I wonder who could have gotten a hold of all those goods while they were in my room. Could someone have stolen them from me instead of throwing them out?
You trying to blame me? You're being an idiot right now, Raquel.
But isn't the room that used to be mine, where I worked all the time and kept said goods, your room now? And in that room was a lot of my things before you moved in, throwing them all out, right? I had all my things in that room placed in boxes ready to be moved into my house, so it was all so easy for someone to take, right? Didn't I tell you to go out looking for those things for me before they got to the dump like you said would happen? Wait, you didn't do that, but you didn't give anything back to me. Instead, all of my things are back in your room in that house, still in their boxes.
Did you go through my room and find all those? What's wrong with you?
You're the one asking me that question? Well, anyway, because of what you've done, I lost a lot of faith in your father's company, and that's why we've come to now. He lost a lot of the product he had asked for my company to craft for him, all to his little sister who once worked for him. So saddening, really.
Well, you can't blame me for all that. I didn't know anything about you and him working together. I just thought instead of throwing all those things out you were making, like the jewelry and such, it'd be better for me to make a little money off it by selling it all online.
No matter how you try and frame it, you took something that's not yours and have been selling it. You could be taken to court for stealing private property, especially the property of a well-established company.
Shut up! If you're gonna get so upset about it, then why don't you do something to fix all this?
Why would I be the one to do that? How about you try and do something about the mistake you've created?
Hey! Hey! Please reply to me!
What? I still have a little while longer before I can get home.
I don't care about you being here or not right now. I have something seriously important to tell you about. Because of your sister, my parents are upset with me and no longer want anything to do with me now. Right now, your sister has no idea what she's talking about and has the wrong idea about everything. I just happened to do something a little out of line is all. But because of that, somehow, the contract she had with my dad's company is no more. How does something like that even happen?
Well, that was bound to happen with you, I suppose. All of the money that you made off selling my sister's things ended up going right into your own private bank account, right? So we know about everything, and know it's the truth.
I'm telling you that the only truth here is that your sister has everything all wrong in her head. I really wanted to become a good sister-in-law to her. Yeah, she's painting me as some kind of bad guy. Well, I'm sure that by making your sister lose a lot of her work and her job, she's going to become a lot better of a person now, right? I mean, she did all this to herself, right?
I don't think what you've done is going to help in making my sister any better than she already is. So are you telling me that even now, you don't feel bad for what you've done?
Why would I feel bad about the problem she created for herself? You gonna start blaming me for something I didn't do now as well, Brian?
I see. Well, I understand then. Eloise, I have some paperwork on top of the desk in my home office that I'd like you to take a good look at. Do you think you can go in there and give it a read?
Why would I do that now of all times? Ugh. Brian! Where are you at right now?
Right now? I'm still out of the house right now. Did you have a good look at the paperwork that was on my desk?
Why is this happening for no reason?
Don't you dare tell me there's no reason for what I'm doing. As long as you're willing to cooperate with me and sign everything you need to, I can have it all handed in.
Stop that, Brian. Are you really gonna let that witch win? What the hell happened to that slimy freak to make her this deranged?
Well, then let me say this, Eloise. You haven't only been selling my sister's company's goods on the online market, but you've been selling my mom's things now.
Huh?
All of the brand accessories that my mom has, as well as her purses and coats, and so on, have slowly started to appear online, and when they sell, they vanish from the house. Are you using the same account you used to sell my sister's things as well?
I'm sure there was just some unlucky coincidence there.
Well, I'll have a deeper look later into what's going on there. But tell me, what's actually going on here? Seems to me that you've been meeting with the same man multiple times a week. And this picture is from today. You happen to go out with him a lot during the day, when you say you're at home taking care of my mom, who really needs someone there for her. Strange. Not only have you not been upholding your end of the promise, but you've been cheating on me instead.
You have it all wrong. He just happened to have some things going on, so I met up with him. He's a good friend of mine.
I happen to have a friend of mine go out for me and get all sorts of exciting and wonderful photos of the both of you. Would you like to see them?
Well, hold on a couple of seconds.
I'm sorry, Eloise, but I no longer need someone like you in my life. We're getting divorced. And I want you out of my mom's house now.
Can you at least let me explain everything myself? I just happened to be having a hard time adjusting to the new house, and so I went out for a bit of fun. I promise to never do something like that again.
Are you sure?
I told you I won't anymore! And I'll only stay home to care for your mother from now on. You are my number one, Brian! So can you please believe me when I say all this to you?
I see. Well, if my sister is okay with what's been going on here, I'll rethink divorcing you.
Are you sure? That's a promise. Raquel, I might have happened to mess up a small bit.
Why are you coming to me again now? Have you finally heard the news from Brian that he wants to divorce you?
That's right. I think what happened this time has caused some rough patches between us.
Rough patches, huh?
I understand now that I did a lot of things wrong. But wanting a divorce because of all of it? Can't you agree with me that that way of thinking is way too dangerous in our relationship? You and I are family, right? Can you please help me get through this tough moment between him and I?
So?
What do you mean by so?
So, is this your way of apologizing to me for all you've done? So far, based off what you've been talking about, I can't seem to pick up on your apology to me anywhere.
What are you going on about? Acting like you deserve some kind of respect from me. Then how about I come over to your house right now and give you an apology in person? Would that make you happy?
Oh, I never asked for you to come to me. I just happen to know the kind of person you really are deep down is all.
Oh, come on, I'm coming over there right now. And once I've gotten down on my hands and knees and apologized, you forgive me, okay? You and I are family after all, so you shouldn't be too upset with me, right? I'll be at your sister's place in another couple minutes, okay? Can you tell me where you're even at right now? Are you out messing around or something?
I just got back to the house a little bit ago, and I'm looking after my mom now.
Hey, you plan to rethink getting a divorce and all that still, right? If you don't, I have no reason to really be apologizing for this, right?
What kind of remark is that? Now that we're on that subject, have you gotten around to filling out your parts of the paperwork?
I have. I even sent you those pictures of all my signatures and everything on it already, right? You told me that if I didn't fill it out first, you wouldn't tell me the address of your sister's house, right?
I had to make sure I covered all my bases with you, since I can't trust you anymore.
Why not? Are you really going to say that all of this is my fault now?
I think so. But there are some parts of this that make me feel as though I'm to blame as well.
Huh? What does that mean?
Eloise, you have a very good idea of the man my father was, right?
I do. And about what happened to him 2 years ago before he passed away.
Good. Well, it was 10 years ago that the doctors found out my dad had a tumor, which subsequently led to him having cancer. And up until he had passed away, years after that, my sister was the one to look after both him and my mom at their home.
Well, she's been living at that house with them ever since she was little, so of course she should be made to care for them both.
The opposite of that, actually. At the time, I was out of the state for a while for work, so I couldn't do anything to help, really. So, as a result of that, my sister was forced to go back to their house and live with them for the past 10 years. And that's why I was able to rest easy knowing that she was there living with and caring for the two of them. After all, my parents wanted me to stay out of the state and continue working my job, since Raquel has a bit more freedom with her work. And well, I told you about all of this even before we got married, so I thought I'd never have to repeat any of this to you again. Are you sure you remember everything I told you about my sister and family?
Of course. Why wouldn't I? And that's how I came to know that you are a really nice man.
So even though you knew about the sacrifices my sister had to make giving up her life for 10 years to be around them, you still meant all those horrible things you said? I really should have done something about you sooner, had I known everything you were doing to her.
Hey, Brian? Brian, answer your gosh dang phone already!
What?
I've pressed on her doorbell multiple times now, but she won't come and answer the door for me. And what is up with this place? Are you sure you gave me the right address to her house?
It looks like somewhere a celebrity would live, right? I was even shocked when I had a look at the place before she moved in.
Well, before we talk about that, why the hell is your sister now answering me? What does she think she's doing?
Raquel already talked about this. She heard from you that you were coming and that it was fine. But she never said to you that you'd be allowed to meet her.
Why the hell would she have me come all the way out here if she didn't even want me to meet her? Does she not want to listen to me apologize to her about the mistakes I made? What a witch. I mean, seriously, why would she waste my precious time by doing something so petty to me?
Huh? Are you kidding me, Eloise? Stop talking about my sister like that, you pile of crap. If I hear another word from you talking poorly about her, I'll make sure you never see the light of day again. And another thing, the amount of times her and I explained the current situation to you, you still haven't seemed to catch a hint. Do you really think that a simple apology to her is going to wash all you did away? I'm pissed that you kept so many things hidden from me, like cheating and leaving my mom alone, and what you say about my sister all the time is not acceptable.
I'm sorry about that. It just came out before I could stop myself from saying it. You shouldn't get so upset with me about that, okay?
Did your tongue just slip then? You think I'm gonna let a 5-year-old's excuse like that work here? Well, I'm very aware that my sister is never going to forgive you for what you done to her.
What? Then that means...
I had a look at the divorce papers, and everything seems to be in order. I'm going to be handing them in now.
Hold on a sec! You can't just do something like that to me. It's not fair! I've been apologizing for everything this whole dang time!
It's too late to apologize, and you should have known that from the start. I cannot trust you anymore, which means we cannot be together anymore. I'll make sure to get a settlement from you for cheating on me, and maybe from your partner as well.
You can't. Don't throw me away like this. I promise that I'll make everything up to you after this. I love you so much, Brian, and you should love me a lot too.
I don't love you anymore, Eloise, and I never will again. Make sure you pay me everything I asked for. Also, my sister is going to be suing you for stealing and selling her company's goods.
Huh?
And that's just from her company's side. You'll also be paying her for all the trouble you've caused her, and for the items you did throw away of hers. You're in for a real treat having to deal with her and her company now.
What? So she's really going to fight me over all of that? Even using her company?
Those products and goods of hers that you sold illegally all go for a lot of money and have really ruined her brand's image. She will have to fight for a long time to make up for the losses you've forced on her, as well as fight to get her company's name cleaned. She's already in the process of getting her lawyers together. I think in a little while, her lawyers and her will be coming for you to let you know what you'll be owing her.
Do you know how much I'm going to have to pay then?
I'm not sure of all the details, but you're looking at paying upwards of $1 to $2 million.
You have to realize that I don't have that kind of money. Where am I supposed to get money like that from? I don't have anyone that can support me now either, Brian.
Wait, are you not able to get any help from your parents now? That's right, they kicked you out of their family. Well, I guess you'll just have to do what every other responsible adult does and get a job.
I don't want to work, though. And if this is all made public information, then there will be no way of me finding a job with everyone knowing what happened with me and her product. Why is all of this happening to me?
Because you asked for it?
I'm so sorry, Brian. I really made a lot of crappy choices and screwed everything up. Can you please find a way to forgive me? If you guys both do this to me, then I'm never going to be able to live a normal life again.
I told you everything that's going to happen soon, and I don't plan on telling you again. So if you have any questions or things to say, talk with our lawyers about it. Now, I'll be heading out.
Brian, please wait. Hey, Brian, please. I told you that I'm so sorry for everything. Hey!
Raquel, I was able to get divorced from Eloise. And as for the money I'm asking for from her, my lawyer and I will continue working on it.
Really? I'm so glad to see how much her being an idiot led to her downfall. Now, if you let another woman do anything like this to you or I again, I'm not going to be forgiving you either.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about what happened this time.
Now tell me, why were you getting so worked up over her? Did you really have something to hide about her, or think that I was going to do something bad to you?
Well, look, you said to me that you've always wanted to have a store of your own and everything, right? But because I was out of the state, and you were forced to take care of Mom and Dad the whole time, you could never do that, right? I feel like I'm the one responsible for taking your dream from you, and that any sort of screw-ups on my end will only make you hate me more.
Well, if you feel as though you owe me something or have done something that bad, talk to me about it. I get that in the past I did want to open a store of my own selling my products. But as of right now, I'm doing the same thing, just online and from the comfort of my own home. Really, the work I do right now is just like the dream I had.
Is that right? So then, I just made myself get all worked up for nothing.
But I'm the same as you are there. I should have spoken with you about myself a bit more and told you that I was doing all right with Mom. But since I never did, you ended up having the stress of worrying about me and what I was thinking build up in you. So I'm sorry for getting you so worked up.
No worries. You didn't do a dang thing wrong anyways. Now, as for what'll be happening next, I want you to let me take care of Mom for you from now on, okay?
Huh? But what'll happen during the day while you're at work?
I plan to hire a helper, or some kind of day service to help while I'm not there. You happen to have found yourself someone that'll take good care of Mom from now on. So I'll make sure that everything is taken care of here at her house, while you go out and enjoy your life.
Fine. You really do love to make other people happy, don't you? I'm happy that you care so much about me, Thank you, Brian. In the end, Brian's ex-wife Eloise was hit with large amounts of money that she had to pay off. She wasn't able to find any friends or family to help support her, and I believe that her life is going to be a difficult one from now on. I've heard that recently she's been getting into it with the loan sharks, but we'll have to see whether their money can really help her in the long run or not. Right now, Brian is living with my mom at her house and taking great care of her when he can. He even spends all of his days off with her there, and I'm actually quite surprised with how good of a caregiver he is to her. I really hope that if Brian is still looking, he finds someone a lot more kind-hearted and cute than that Eloise. As for myself, I found a new man, and we've even gotten engaged and have started living together in my new house. I think right now I'm at the most happy moment in my life, but I hope it gets even more amazing from here.
Hey, John, are you there? It's kind of an emergency. Can you please answer the phone? Did you not get a phone call from the hospital earlier?
I did get a phone call, but I was busy at work, so I chose to ignore it. You do remember that I actually have a job, right?
Of course I know that you have a job, but this is really urgent. Why else would the hospital be calling you?
I figured they just wanted to tell me the results of some report or something dumb like that, but you're not doing anything. So you should go to the hospital and just pick it up for me. I don't really get why I should have to answer the phone and talk to someone just for that. But you never have anything going on, so you should just go and figure it out for me.
Well, that isn't exactly fair. I mean, I do work part-time, you know. Besides, I really think that they want to talk to you. Are you sure that you want me to go for you?
Why are you making such a big deal about this? You're my wife. Anything a doctor wants to say to me, he should be able to say to you. It really is just that simple. Now hurry up and go find out what they want with me and quit wasting my time.
Okay, all right. I'll go. But you don't have to talk to me in that way, you know? I just wanted to make sure that you were getting the calls and what you wanted to do about it. I didn't realize it was such an effort for you to get back to the doctors.
Excuse me? Don't go talking as if you know why I do the thing that I do. Just be a good wife and do as I say. Got it? And don't ever compare your little part-time job to my real job.
You don't have to talk to me like that, you know. John, are you there? Please call me as soon as you see this.
Call you? I wouldn't call you if I was free with nothing better to do. Besides, there are a million better ways to spend my time than talking to you on the phone.
Please, John, this is serious. We really don't have the time for this. I really need to tell you this, but do you think I could just call you and explain it all over the phone? I think it would be a lot easier that way.
Well, I just told you that there's no way that I'm going to be answering the phone. I don't even want to hear your voice. Besides, I'm still at work and can't be taking personal calls just because you want to chat.
I know that you've already gotten off work for the day. Please, I don't really care if you're out on a busy street or something. Just please either let me call you or come home so we can talk in person.
Wait, how do you know that I'm off work? Did you call my office or something? You know that I told you never, ever to call where I work.
But this is an emergency, John. I don't have any other choice.
Fine, jeez. What is so important that you have to bug me like this? If you're going to be so annoying about this, just spit it out. Text or voice, I'll still get the same content. So just type it out and I'll read it when I feel like it.
I really think that this is the kind of thing that should be said over the phone or in person, not texted. But okay, if you're not going to call, then I have to tell you. I talked to the doctors and they said you maybe have a year left. Apparently, even going into the hospital and trying to seek treatment wouldn't work for how advanced the sickness is now. Any medicine or medical treatment would just be buying time.
What are you talking about? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something?
I wouldn't ever joke about something like this, John. You know that I don't find that sort of joke funny.
So basically, you're telling me I've only got a year left with you?
I really don't know. The doctors say that there is a small chance that treatment might help with it. but I think that we should go to the hospital and talk to the doctors themselves about it. Do you think you'll be able to take some time off of work tomorrow to do that with me?
Wait, what? You want me to go to the hospital with you? Why would I want to do that after you've just told me that you've only got a year to live? I'd much rather just have a divorce.
Wait, what? Why would you say that?
I mean that you've just been given a death sentence, and now that you have, I want a divorce right away. So I guess that means there were actually two big announcements for you today. Not only did you find out that you're going to die, but you also found out that you're going to die alone. So don't bother asking me to be there for you or anything like that. It's just a complete waste of time now. And to think that if this didn't happen, we would have spent the rest of our lives together. I guess you can say I really dodged a bullet there.
John, seriously, what are you talking about? I think you're really misunderstanding what I said. But I get it now. You think that I'm going to die, so you're using this as your chance to throw me aside and run away.
Aw, what? Did you really think I would stand by your side and hold your hand while you withered away? Why would I do that when I have another woman waiting for you?
What are you talking about this time? What older woman?
Did you really think that a guy like me can't get another woman to fall in love with him if I tried? I need to divorce you so that I can move on with my life and get with a new woman.
And you think that just marrying someone else is going to solve all of your problems? You'll still end up tied down in ways that you don't like, I guarantee it.
You're just jealous because I already have preparations, just in case this very thing happened. Don't be mad just because you're going to die all alone.
I see. Well, then I guess I really didn't know you at all how I thought I did. I had no idea you already had another woman lined up, but fine. Be that way.
Not that I needed your permission to do so. And just why are you wasting the precious time that you have left even arguing with me about this? Why don't you just move out of the house and leave me alone already?
All right, fine then. Have it your way. I will leave then. I'll go ahead and get the divorce papers ready too.
Well, at least you're going to be a good obedient wife for me up until the very end. I'll sign the papers, but then you figure out the rest for me. Unlike you, I have a life to live. Oops, was that too soon? Ah, well, it hardly matters now that you're just a walking corpse.
Whatever, John. Have a nice life.
At least you still have a good sense of humor about you.
I'll just proceed with this whole divorce process then. I'll let you know when the papers are ready for you to be signed. I'm going to be moving out of the house today, though, so don't worry about me being in your space. Although I'll need time to pack my things, so I'll be staying here tonight.
That's fine with me. I'll just go and stay at my girlfriend's house. We're already divorced now, so it really doesn't matter if I do that, right?
Do what you'd like, John. All right, John, I've done as I said I would and prepared the divorce papers for you. Have you gone to the hospital at all, or are you just ignoring their calls? I got one call from the doctors telling me to reach out to you, but I told them that we're divorced and that it's not my business anymore.
The hospital? Why would I have to go there?
You mean you still haven't gone to talk to the doctors at all? You really still haven't figured out the mistake that you've been making? I wasn't given a year to live. You were.
Wait, what?
That's right. You should probably tell that girlfriend of yours before the two of you get married. But I hope you enjoy that last year of being with her.
Hold on a second. Seriously? What are you talking about? What do you mean I was given a year to live? If this is some kind of joke, it isn't very funny.
I'm afraid that I'm not joking about anything at all. Besides, you know that I don't like to joke about this kind of thing. I'm being very serious right now.
Well, I don't believe you at all. I feel as healthy as a horse.
You do remember going in for the full-body physical several months ago, right? Well, the doctors found some abnormalities and ran some tests. When you sent me to the hospital to find out the results, that was when they told me you only had a year left. But I guess you wouldn't believe me since you never went to check for yourself. But I wasn't going to my test results. They were yours, remember? You and your girlfriend might want to think about scheduling an appointment.
Oh, give me a break. Do you really expect to believe that I'm the one who's dying? Don't be ridiculous. This is all a bunch of nonsense. There's no way that I'm about to die. You're just mad because you're the one who's going to die all alone.
I'm actually not upset at all. And you can only blame yourself for all of this since you weren't listening to what I was trying to say. I never once said that I was the one who only had a year to live. You just read my message the way that you wanted to read it. And then you went on to confess that you were cheating on me and that you wanted to get a divorce.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But still.
So all I did was fulfill a dying man's wishes and divorce him. You do remember that the whole reason I went to the hospital that day was for your test results, right? I mean, why would I go to the hospital to pick up your diagnosis and then come back with one for myself? That just doesn't even make sense. You really need to just answer the phone when the hospital calls you.
But I hate talking on the phone. It's such a pain.
Well, I can't disagree with you there, but now look what happened. Honestly, I have no idea how you made that mistake even. I was really surprised by it, to be honest. But then all the horrible things you said to me the second you thought that I was going to die. About not being there while I wither away and leaving me to die alone. Not to mention the fact that you've been cheating on me this whole time.
Well, I thought you were going to be gone soon. I guess I kind of jumped the gun on all of this, didn't I?
But you were already cheating on me before you even thought I was going to die. At least own up to the fact that you were doing it.
But I only admitted it because I thought that you were the one that was dying.
Well, I'm not, so good luck explaining to your girlfriend and all.
What the heck am I supposed to tell her after all of this? She's never going to marry me now!
Yeah, I really can't see anyone wanting to marry someone with so little to go. But since you were so ready to marry her anyways, surely she must love you enough to want to be with you, right? Maybe she'll overlook this and stand by your side until your last breath. Anyways, if you're not going to tell her that, then at least tell her that I'm suing you both for adultery.
Wait, what? You're going to sue us? But I was just given a death sentence. Are you really going to try and just heap more suffering on me?
I'm sorry, but that has nothing to do with the fact that you cheated on me. You cheated, and I have the right to sue for reparations. It really is that simple. You've already admitted to it. Now it's time to own up to it. I don't care if you are a dying man. I have my rights.
How can you say that to me? I only have a year left to live. You should be nicer to me. Why are you being so cruel? You're breaking my heart, Julia. You're the reason I'm dying. It's all the emotional stress you've been putting me through.
Excuse me? You seriously need to get a grip if you think that's the case.
What do you mean?
I mean, that if you want to talk about mistreatment and stress, then I have much more room to talk than you do. The whole time we've been married, you've treated me like your maid more than your wife. You only ever looked down on and condescended to me, and you even cheated on me. You need to get over yourself and realize that you haven't been a good husband.
Hey, come on now. What kind of way is that to talk to a dying man?
You had your chance to go and talk to the doctors about this, but you didn't. I'm sorry, but I don't have any pity for you after the idiotic way you've been acting and the horrible way you've been treating me. I never want to hear from you again.
Hey, Julia, are you there?
Excuse me? Who is this?
Please don't act like this. You know it's me, John. I just wanted to tell you that I really am sorry about what I did. I was just really hoping that you would take me back.
God, you were such a little creep.
What do you mean?
I mean that I thought you left me to go and be with your girlfriend. Why are you trying to worm your way back into my life?
Please don't be like that. I really am sorry for all that I did. But I really have been thinking about what I did, and I realized I was treating you wrong. I need you. I see that now. I'm in the hospital right now, and I'm in my room all by myself.
I see. So I guess now you're the one living out your days all alone.
My family found out all about my cheating and how I treated you, and no one has come to visit me. But I think if I had you here by my side, I might really be able to beat this thing. Please, I need you to help me get through this.
Why don't you leave me alone and go ask your girlfriend to help you?
But we've been married 5 years. No one else knows me as well as you do.
And? Why do you think I owe you another second of my life? I gave you enough time and now I'll finally be free. Don't bother reaching out to me unless it's about paying me what you owe me.
Hey there, it's me, John. Well, here I am, living out my final days alone in a hospital bed. Although I suppose if I think about all that I said to Julia, I should have seen this coming. I'd like to take this space to make my final statement. I really have had a change of heart. I don't expect Julia to ever take me back or see me before I go. But that's for the best. Now that we're divorced and she's free, I really do hope that she can move on and forget all about me. I may be dying, but at least by doing so, I might be doing the only kind thing I've done for the only woman I've truly loved.